So I'm introducing the Vedaaranya Heritage Arts and Healing Festival, which was launched last year on the 6th of December 2016 at Ramgarh, Shekhawati in Rajasthan. This was a follow-up on a number of congresses, a number of world congresses that we had before that, on trying to rethink and reimagine the culture of education and culture in education. So we used to have the We Ask Education Culture Congresses for quite a few years, but somewhere I began to feel that, it's not just enough to have people talking. It's not enough to have people just discussing how education culture should be or how we should infuse culture in education, but we have to walk our talk. So I decided last year that we should have a kind of festival which is more sensorial, which is more at the grassroots, which takes into account what people at the grassroots need, what the local youth need. And so because I had begun to work at the grassroots at Ramgarh Shekhawati, I also decided to have the festival there against a lot of people's opinions, because they thought it should be in Jaipur or in Delhi or in a metro. But I said there's enough happening in metros, so let's go to where the heritage really is, and to where people are still living their heritage, and people are still living traditional knowledge systems, and where you have rows and rows of havelis and chhatris and kuas and johras, etc. So we stationed our festival there, and now we are having the second edition of the festival from 12th to 15th January 2018. And this edition of the Vedaaranya Heritage Arts and Healing Festival, which in short is called VAHFest, VHAH Fest, is now concentrating on not only introducing lost cultural systems, but also having workshops with students, with poor artisans, with people like us from chambers of commerce. And this time it has also become a PhD event, because PhD is partnering along with Government of Rajasthan, along with Shruti Foundation, along with INTAC. So PhD Chamber of Commerce has been asked to be the organizer of this event in collaboration, and we are delighted. I'm personally delighted as the chairperson of PhD Chamber of Commerce and Industry Rajasthan to be helping out and facilitating with this event. And here we are hoping to train and skill hundreds and thousands of students and youth in rare forms like Kalaripayattu, which is the Indian martial arts. Then we are getting mask making crafts persons from all the way from Bengal, so that we can innovate with local craft and craft from another state and make it a completely different design statement in times to come. We are also getting the folk dancers from Barmer, the Manganiyars, the Kalbelia dancers, along with the Manganiyars, the famous musicians. We are also training our local people in Malkham, which is pole aerobics. We often think that aerobics in the air is Russia or some country, and we don't even know that there's such excellence lying in our own country, which is not available to all the states and all the schools. In fact, I think these should not just be treated as cultural things. These should be adopted by the sports ministry. It should become sport. Kalaripayattu should not be treated as a cultural art form. It should be treated as a physical fitness and self-defense exercise, and should be promoted by the sports ministry. So we are not only doing these things, we are also making statements. It's also a question of advocacy. You have to advocate that these things have to be an integrated plan, and not just one department or one ministry, but a combination of many efforts together. Besides that, we are also, celebrating Sankranti with kite making and kite flying. We are also reviving old games like Chopper, Gyan Bazi, which is a leadership game, which is a game of consciousness from where the British stole Snakes and Ladders. It was the original Snakes and Ladders, which was actually a game of consciousness. So we rediscovered an antique game lying there, and we decided to recreate these games and reteach these games because they're more holistic, they're more deep, they're more philosophical, and they're more practical, and they teach us how to live our lives. So there are many such wonderful things, including restoration of buildings with traditional knowledge systems, with lime and brick technology. So very, very interesting things, and I look forward to participation from all walks of life, from students, from artisans, from people in industry and commerce, from policymakers, and also we are having design people, artists, opinion makers from other countries. And we are really looking forward to this event, which is now a PhD event, becoming a grand success.